Welcome everybody back to the 90s Kid YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us on episode 2.
Duh.
That's right, because we're in Canada.
Yes,
We like to involve everyone, our French listeners. In case you only speak French, you'll only understand that one thing. They'll say, Metroid in 2, right? That's what they said?
Right.
Okay, but they'll say it in French. Anyways, my name is Matt. On the sticks, we have Chris.
Yo.
And when we last left off, Chris had finally died. He went an entire episode, about 1 hour. And a lot of close calls, but he eventually succumbed to a bouncing grasshopper bloodsucker. So
I was pretty hungry, so we needed to stop.
The blood sugar was down.
It was a suicide moment.
Yeah, you can blame it on that. All right, so Chris, take it away.
All right, well, I'm excited already because the password here starts with the 007, which can only mean good things. And I think we're ready to launch ourselves back into Kraid's hideout. I forgot a crucial weapon. So I'm going to go back actually to Norfair to pick it up because I don't think I can fight any kind of boss.
Get your weapons in Norfair.
Without picking that up first. So anyway, this is possibly my favorite music in the whole game.
The super ambient music.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's only 4 channels of instruments to use anyway, so when you like completely get rid of everything else as well, that is extremely sparse.
I mean, they maxed out though. I mean, this music is beautiful. I remember being on like a little kid and seeing like a special on, this is a very Canadian thing, Global TV,
right,
about the guy who made the music for Nintendo, and it was just this dude who,
Koji Kondo.
Yeah, he was.
He did them all. I feel like people back then, like music composers, were very underappreciated, and there were some guys that.
Well, he wasn't trained for it.
That's it. They just kind of grabbed a guy. They're like, "Hey, you got a keyboard? You're always showing us mixes at lunch.
Yeah.
Why don't you make a fucking shut up? Stop showing us your shit and make Metroid music."
I mean, this is.
Whereas now, I mean, you've got some people that are coming like from Hollywood that are traditional composers that are writing for video games. It's a different beast though, because you have to write music that can. They have this different software that's out that layers the music and is reactive, so that you could have, say, a theme like this, and then, say, an enemy appears, it can react into that, but it can also kind of mix together. So it's almost like a more of a modern Ableton style, like live DJing, because you need to layer all that stuff on top of each other.
Right.
Rather than just like switching from like this one to this one. But
yeah,
this reminds me of like the Zelda theme quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Sort of like marching band, epic, heroic kind of adventure music.
I know, but there's something so nice about that like 8-bit bass that comes in every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's these tones.
It's huge, because compared to everything else that's so MIDI and trebly. If you're listening to this and you're not using headphones, there are a few moments in these Metroid soundtracks where that bass hits that Chris is talking about. It's monumental.
Yeah, it's special. Particularly in this game. I feel like Zelda doesn't have those bass moments.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like, it's more... it's less computery in a way. I'm sad I didn't grab that missile. Oh, man. So, yeah, we're just
How many can you hold? You got 15.
I think that's my capacity at the moment, which is also another concern, but...
Are you just a completionist? You want to grab the missile anyway? Because I remember you and me were playing Donkey Kong and you were getting mad because I wasn't... Not that you get mad, but you were just wondering why I wasn't grabbing, like, oh, there's the K, there's the N. Spell Kong.
Right. Well, you know why?
I'm done spelling. I'm done school.
In Donkey Kong, there's a very good reason for that.
Look at the graphics in this level.
The fucking, yeah, right? The little skip over. In Donkey Kong, always my ever favorite, just fall down the side. Skip all that shit.
I can't wait for you to play Castlevania Symphony of the Night, because all of it is those little
ledges.
The one area that I made fun of for not having enough graphics.
Yeah.
That's how they got around not having to have load times.
Right.
For Symphony of the Night, which is a CD game in the PlayStation, which is notorious for load times, obviously, because it only had like a 2 megabyte RAM that it could hold at one time.
Yeah.
So they used those, and it even says CD, like written nicely. But you still control your character, which just makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah, that's amazing. Of course, if you can make a game out of the loading time moment,
yeah,
that's huge.
Just anything, like a Connect 4 or whatever.
But as for Donkey Kong and you not collecting things, that's because in that game it opens up so many new worlds.
Oh, see, I like that. If it's changing the way I'm going to play,
yeah,
sure, then I'll go the extra mile.
I wouldn't do anything just for points.
Okay. Like when you and me were playing Mario 2 the other day, and we wanted to complete it in the evening, See, at that point, I'm like, okay, now I actually do want to get all the coins and I want to get the lives. Because say we were playing Super Mario World, there's not really a penalty for dying in Super Mario World.
Right.
Because you're never a few levels away. It was kind of the precursor to modern gaming of die and go back a little bit.
Yeah.
You just have to go back a little bit further.
Accidental pause.
Okay. I like these purple bubbles.
Oh man, they're great. You can get really lost in them, like on bombing campaigns.
This game is so beautiful in its own way. Like, God, they just did so much. I love how much you can evoke from a piece of pixel art. Like when we were playing Link or Zelda, the first Zelda, and his little face. Like, there's not much to that face, but it's, it shows enough of his expression.
No, there had to be an artist. Look how well they crafted your hero's ass.
Yeah, she's got a nice little butt that sticks out.
She's got a little butt.
And the positive to that is that I think a lot of video gamers by nature, we have an imagination.
Right.
And that's why we love these things so much, because it's kind of an imagination brought to life. However, when you have less to work with, we will fill in the gaps for you.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I could play a text game, and I have played a text game before. Now,
like Zork?
I haven't played that.
I had Return to Zork, but that was like for CD-ROM. If anybody remembers what that's all about.
We'll do an episode of that. CD-ROM, like as in DOS CD-ROM?
Yeah, like DOS CD-ROM, like same time as the game Myst came out, if you remember.
Oh,
Myst.
yeah. I remember my dad's friend who was into computers showing my dad that my dad was not into computers, and that was kind of like, every once in a while you show people these games just to be like, this is where games are now. Right. Myst was the top-selling game of all time, PC game of all time for a while.
Yeah, it was a crazy game.
Until the Sims dethroned it.
Right, which I never played.
And then Wii Sports. What? Really?
I never played The Sims.
It's kind of addictive. It's addictive because you're spinning plates. You have like 8 meters you have to keep up, like a sleep meter, social meter, food meter, fun meter, work meter. And they're all depleting. So there's only so much time in the day to get all those things done.
Right.
And then you also get to decorate your house, and eventually everybody gets to the same point where they just lock their character in a little box and watch them die. But that was the number one selling PC game of all time. Because
really?
I think it's because it brought both genders together.
Right.
That's why.
Well, that's fair. The closest I got to that was playing Jones in the Fast Lane. Did you ever play Jones in the Fast Lane? Sierra game back in the day?
I love Sierra.
Yeah, who doesn't? I'm dying to play that King's Quest game they just released, actually. I think maybe it was just this year.
Did you play any old King's Quest?
Oh yeah, I love King's Quest. King's Quest 5 and...
Have you ever beaten a King's Quest?
King's Quest 5 and 6, I've beaten both of those. Those are my two fave.
The only one I played was where you wash up on shore.
That's number 6.
And that one had was on CD, so it had speech, which was pretty...
Right, I had the disc version, and it was the pre-speech edition. Okay. And so actually when I go back and I like find emulators, and I hear that speech, it actually like
jarring
pisses me off. I'm just like, no, I just want to read the text, honestly, in like all cases.
Absolutely. There's this thing that happened with Japanese RPGs where, man, that guy goes fast. But you nailed him. There's a Japanese trope of having a younger, brash type of character that a lot of Western audiences find very annoying.
Right.
And ever since they started putting speech in Final Fantasy games, oh, can you get out of there? You got to go all the way back. We started seeing this, like whoever they cast, because Square Enix is a Japanese company, so they don't know how that character's coming off to us. But I find that if you just would have read the dialogue,
my goodness,
and even if you go back to, I'm just such a compelling storyteller, because it's messing up. But even if you go back to some of those games that we read the text for, and you imagine somebody like saying that out loud, you're like, nah, that would probably be pretty annoying too. But it's the same thing like we're talking about pixel graphics. Text allows your imagination to fill it in and make it better. Yeah. Because you get to choose. You're never going to make up a voice for someone in your head and then be like, oh, they're so annoying. Because why would they be annoying?
Yeah. Man, it's like if someone dared to make a cartoon version of Calvin and Hobbes. I would probably just die.
It's just been too long.
I would be upset. And
they would try to make him like have attitude, and he's like, yeah.
And he does, but he's like, I don't know what he sounds like. I'm pretty sure he sounds like me.
Yeah, because we read that as a kid, and he was frustrated, and he had this like imaginary world.
Exactly.
But he was actually crazy. They would have put him on so much Ritalin now if Calvin was.
I feel like that of like most historical figures.
Yeah.
We would have never even had so many of our leaders who were great. because they wouldn't have like passed the media test.
Well, they were saying that the media test. That's actually a good one. Like when TV first came in, there was that debate between Nixon and JFK, and anyone who listened to it on the radio thought Nixon won.
Right.
And anyone who saw it was like, JFK is good looking and Nixon is like a sweaty old man. JFK won.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, Nixon, smart guy. Actually did some great shit, but unfortunately was also a dick.
What's that? What's lightning?
So this is what I came back for, and this is my...
Is this jumping attack?
Spin attack.
Oh my god, does it do that noise every time?
Every time.
I'll turn the volume down in the mix later on for that.
That's a wonderful... It's a wonderful thing. I don't think I can go any further here, nope.
That's the ultimate FU to the enemies you've previously been dealing with. You're just like, now I can run through the levels, jumping, killing you. Are you invincible to attacks too?
No. But I mean, since I got the various suit, I'm a lot better off.
What percentage of the game are we through right now?
Oh,
you
man.
through. I'm doing nothing.
If I had to guess, well, I haven't beat any bosses yet. So
Oh,
I would
okay.
say
I'm
like
excited
we're
for
probably about like 35%, but like the next bit won't take long. Do you know what I mean? It won't take long for me to get back. So what I'm gonna do now that I've got that weapon, I feel a lot more confident about going to fight Kraid. Not that I actually need this weapon to fight Kraid, but look at this. Like I can just like,
Yeah,
you know.
that is awesome. See, man, when you play Symphony of the Night, it's the same thing, except you're fighting Dracula, and you go through this castle, and then you upgrade, and you like crisscross back through it. It's such a good game. We'll definitely do an episode of that, and you'll be on it.
I'm excited because a game that feels like this, that's new, would be great.
Newish, and it's
New to me. Let's just be clear.
True, new to you, but also you can say the technology of it holds up because it's animated, right? It's like hand-drawn animation.
Yeah.
When I mentioned this last episode, but it's
Still resonates now.
Yeah, everybody wanted polygons. Everybody wanted like ugly, blocky polygons. They're like, oh, animation in 2D, it's for losers. But this game, if you go back and look at that game compared to Final Fantasy VII, well, actually, I went back and played Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, you were mentioning offline.
Yes, and I was worried it was going to be ugly, and I was worried it wasn't going to hold up and it was going to ruin my memories of it. But they actually did some incredibly innovative stuff. The way they mix and matched the graphics, like Resident Evil was doing it. A lot of PlayStation games were mixing pre-rendered backgrounds with 3D polygons.
Yeah.
But Square had about like 3 or 4 different graphical styles in that game that they're mixing and matching, and there was some like pretty cool stuff. It doesn't always hold up and look that great, but I
liked it in Resident
think you can
Evil,
really
for sure.
appreciate it. Oh yeah, that was
game
gorgeous.
was one of the first games to terrify me, other than Phantasmagoria, which is another Sierra game.
Maybe we'll do that one.
Phantasmagoria, I actually went back and cleared it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would actually be enjoyable, I think, as a podcast, just because it's one of the first computer games, I think, to use live action actors.
Oh, okay.
As you're like kind of walking around the same way you do in King's Quest like 5 and 6 being the one you played.
Yeah.
And anyway, I should probably continue playing while I talk. Anyway, in any case, in this game though, it would like cut through to these video sequences that were terrifying, man.
Oh,
and
okay.
Vicious and violent and like actually vile. Like, I don't want to give any of it away, especially if we plan on doing it.
I'm sure the frame rates were terrifying too.
Oh no, man! Like it actually, like I played it and
It held up.
it held up. There was something about it, like even the you know how like in King's Quest 5 and 6 and whatever, Space Quest, all that, you had, the mouse was your main tool. I'm playing like such a jackass.
Right.
Confident.
Do you want me to play this part while you talk?
That'll be fine. No, I'm doing it. I'm like kind of on purpose. I'm being like John Wayne. I'm just kind of blustering through as though nothing can hurt
just
me.
sauntering, right?
Yeah.
You're drunk with power. Just wait till you get to a boss. That was smart, yeah.
Well, I'm going to acquire missiles right now. It's just they're kind of crucial.
How would a kid ever figure this out?
I did.
How? Did you like talk to kids at school on the playground?
Well, I mean, someone would show you how to play the game, and I guess you would.
But who was the first person that figured it out?
I had a really smart. I had
you know
a smart
what? You know what
friend.
probably happened? Nintendo's like, oh, I'm not going to do a Japanese accent. I'm not going to be racist. They're probably just like, oh no, we made this game so hard. So what they did was they were dressing up these Japanese developers of the game as kids and making them pose in elementary schools and like, oh, you're that exchange student. And then they just hang out at the playground and they teach you, oh, Metroid, yeah, it's so easy. You just do this. You know, you just put a bomb by that wall that's not marked.
Well, that's great. No, I mean, I think it's just in
that's
this
a cool shot.
In this game,
It looks like her as a fetus.
At this point in gaming, I think like, you know, you didn't need to be directed as much, and that's what kind of the annoyance I have.
They were
with
more puzzles.
Some more games. It's like I want to like figure this out. So clearly here, I can tell that I can progress no further. There's those big round circles.
Yeah.
You know you can definitely not blast them. So I can go here. I can probably blow this one up. No, I can't even. So yeah, we're done here. But we got the missile we came for. I think my capacity is at best 25 to maybe 30 missiles at the moment.
Okay.
But we don't need that because it's a misnomer. You think in this game that, and I spent years thinking this, that to beat Kraid, you needed to use missiles. And he's fucking hard. But you'll see when I get to him.
Kraid's the boss we're going to right now?
Kraid is who we're going to go fight.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know what? I need to find a new word to say. Instead of saying stay tuned. That is such an old, like, rabbit ears on a television thing to say. Stay tuned.
Well, like, how are you even tuned?
Don't click away.
Don't click away.
Stay focused, you fucking ADD viewer.
Yeah, right.
Actually, do whatever the hell you want.
But make sure you just keep us on, you know, in the background.
Yeah, sure.
Someone's got to get paid.
I was watching it was a Game Informer doing
a
playthrough
whoa. This is a vicious area for me to be this
Vicious?
hurt. All right, let's just...
It was Game Informer doing all of... You're down to just 15? Wow.
15 energy.
15 Englishes.
It's not bad, because if I die, I will actually end up, you know, being where I want to be.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, sometimes in Metroid, like... You know, it's to your
going backwards is going forwards.
It's to your advantage to die because I mean, there's a lot of backtracking in this game. That was the whole thing about an open world. I mean, I guess this was really the first open world game like this and
Zelda
and Zelda.
Or like, I mean, are people forgetting that RPGs are all mostly open world? And they're just saying like, wow, look at this cool concept we came up with in our action game.
But I mean, at that point, Nintendo wasn't releasing RPGs yet. Really.
Well, Final Fantasy 1.
But that didn't come out until like...
Dragon Warrior.
That didn't come out in 1986 like this game did. Like, or is this 87? They didn't come out the same year. That was like 1990 or something. Like, Final Fantasy came out...
Final Fantasy 1?
Yeah, that
came out... the NES?
Yeah, that came out way after Zelda.
Let's find out.
For sure.
People at home.
My guess is going to be either 89 or 90, but maybe 88. But I doubt it. Final Fantasy was epic in its release. Oh wow, I am hanging on a thread here. I've got 3 health. You know, and in this game, there are no.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy number 1 in Japan in 1987.
US?
US.
So it actually came out the same... Metroid came out in
85. No, you're right. North America was 1990.
Right.
1990, wow.
Yeah, I knew that it came out way later.
But, okay, but if we're talking about, like, developers taking ideas from each other, then... I mean, these guys were all Japanese developers. Like, because for the longest time, you were playing Japanese games, you were playing nothing.
Yeah.
It was this strange, like... It's really cool, because you know, like, music as a language, we can all speak in... This was... Gaming is its own language that we were communicating with Japanese people through plumbers and aliens and stuff. They didn't need words, like Kid Icarus. Japanese people being like, is this what you guys like?
Yeah. Well, they just made it for themselves, and they took every myth that... The funny thing is, they never made anything like that, like, touched on really being Japanese.
No, never. Never, actually. They were like, Mario was their idea of what they thought Americans were like.
Yeah,
we saw the Honeymooners. Not you? Yeah, big
I'm surprised at the end of Mario there isn't like a sequence where you get to beat up the princess, you know, based on like that kind of stereotype.
Well, yeah, she talks back. She's like, "Took you long enough."
Yeah, like she's actually from Jersey.
He's like, "Really? I died several times getting here. I fell in a few pits.
Yeah,
had to come back to life.
Stood on those steps for like I'm sorry, viewers. I'm just sitting here collecting. You're
farming. That's okay. This is a part of Metroid is farming. You can farm.
Yeah.
When you start farming, we'll let people know, and then they can skip ahead a minute if they really like.
This is a farming, and then this is a de-farming that we're experiencing right now.
Yeah, you're getting crop dusted.
That's okay. Look how I lose so little energy
in the sand.
On the sand as I did as much as I did before. Like,
oh right.
As opposed to, sorry, my English just like completely fell off.
It
just fell off the edge of the planet there.
That's okay. Just you're on a different planet right now. You're in wherever this is. Where does this take place?
We're in Zebes. Maybe it's Zebes, but I always assumed it was Zebes. Anyway, we're on our way back to.
Hey, question: do you say AT-AT or AT-AT?
Do you say AT-AT or
Star Wars question? Yeah, or AT-AT.
I mean, I'm not into Star Wars in the level where I know the names of like spaceships and shit. What the hell is an AT-AT?
Oh, really?
Is that like a?
Those are the four-legged giant walkers that attack on Hoth.
I just thought it was an AT walker.
It is an AT walker. But
they call them AT-ATs. I've never at any point in any of the Star Wars movies does anybody say the word AT-AT. I'm sure of that. No one says AT-AT ever.
I think they
that must have been like an afterthought. Someone researched the prop department and then wrote a book and decided.
When I'm editing this, I'm gonna find me a nice scene from Star Wars.
Echo Station 3TA. We have spotted Imperial Walker.
Imperial Walkers on the North Ridge.
No one calls it the AT-AT.
It's gonna be.
I am certain that I know that movie verbatim.
It's gonna be General Veers will be talking to Vader and he's like, "Lord Vader, the AT-ATs are ready to commence firing." That's what's gonna happen.
Okay, yeah, you might be right. That actually sounds reasonable, just because that voice said it. And I know who General Veers is. He's the asshole who,
he was
who dies first as a result of his like. No, he comes in. He comes in.
General Veers is piloting the AT-AT.
Yeah. He does all right.
And he's got that weird sort of mullet.
I think he
has a mullet helmet.
I'm pretty sure he's the bad guy in the third Indiana Jones movie.
He looks like him.
Yeah, I think it is him.
Yeah.
Donovan in I think is his name in the Indiana Jones like Last Crusade.
Donovan.
Yeah, the guy like the American industrialist who like sides with the Nazis to he's the one who drinks out of the cup and like gets old really fast.
I've only seen the Raiders. Is that Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Are you joking right now? You're telling me right now you've only seen the Raiders of the Lost Ark?
No. I was gonna say I've only seen that one once. I've seen we had Temple of Doom in my house, so I've seen that one like a million times.
I have all of them on VHS.
And I didn't like Temple of Doom.
I love that movie, but I mean,
I was a kid. I didn't want to watch like people's hearts getting ripped out. It was crazy.
I love that movie. I got it.
I'm Indiana ignorant when it comes to Jones movies.
Yeah, McDonald's released. You could buy like all three during one of the Christmas seasons. Like it came as like an extra to the meal. It was like $5 a movie. So we got one. We used to drive to the States to see my aunt, and like on the way there, I remember us picking up those movies. That was like the highlight of my life, for sure. At one point, getting the Indiana Jones movies. Because at that point in my life, I think we maybe only had like 2 VHS movies.
Really?
Yeah, we had like Batman and The Wizard of Oz.
That's not a bad collection.
Yeah, as far as 2 movies go.
Why was there a girl in the family and a boy?
I mean, no. I mean, oh fuck, I hate when that happens. In that case,
I like when that happens. It's funny. I've never been to this section.
Yeah. So when we all heard that track at the end of the first episode, that I made a few years ago that we used.
Yeah.
It was based off of this piece of music. I think I should be able to.
Yeah, you said that.
Through here. I never said it in the recording.
Yeah, you did.
No.
That's how it got brought up.
Really?
When we were listening to this and I said, "Oh, how did you do it?" Because it's in waltz time.
Oh, that would have been last time. Right. Yes.
Yeah, last episode.
Okay, so this is a... Oh, no.
There's that bass. Put on your headphones for this part. That's the lowest note. I'll try to find out what note that is.
Yeah,
I'll put that in the description below.
It's the brown note, actually, like from South Park.
Oh yeah.
You remember the brown
You
note?
got a brownout? What does it cause you to?
It
shit
causes
yourself?
everybody to in the world to shit themselves.
Wow. Use that to.
All right, so this is good. We're
destruction.
about to get energized.
Did you ever play an original Nintendo game where you're just a couple dudes fighting on the sidewalk, and people drop plants on your head out of the window?
Is it called Bad Dudes?
No. That's a kind of a cool game though. I have a lot of memories with NES games where I started playing them, and then they would get so hard. I would just get nice timing on that.
This is the wrong tunnel.
Oh. And I would just get so angry at them, and then like Bad Dudes. Is it possible to beat that game?
I don't think you can beat Strider, and Strider was a fucking amazing game for the Nintendo. You ever played Strider?
No, never.
Oh, we're doing an episode on Strider.
Okay.
There's also the best thing about that is we could do a simul thing, and we're getting excited about what we're doing. And yay, future audiences, you get to experience this. We're gonna do Strider for the NES, and we're gonna do Strider for the Sega Genesis.
Yeah, see, I knew it from the Genesis.
For Genesis, it's a special game.
So it's but they kind of rebooted it?
For sure. No, well, it's completely different. And
they
but
rebooted
they
it.
are based on the same. No, but they're I guess so. They're based
That's what a reboot is.
on the same. Yeah, so, sure. No,
But they didn't use that stupid term back then. Oh, I've been to this section. This is when I stopped playing.
Right.
This is the plan here?
I was gonna try to bounce my way up over these things here with the bomb,
Wow. Right, because you can jump out of that, right?
but
That's
no, you don't want to jump out of it. That's just a fuck up on my part. I'm trying to get that timing right, and if this doesn't happen immediately, I will stop. Or viewers, you guys can all skip ahead.
Yeah, just skip the whole episode.
just make sure you click on it.
I think
in the
anyone
first
who's
place.
watching a Metroid playthrough, like, this is a part of the experience. This is a part of the meditation on Zebeth. This is the yoga of our time.
Right. I can't argue with that.
No.
Whoa. Ow. You know what I gotta say in this game is like getting hit by something. Let's just watch. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like it sends you flying back, and it's
It's a real interruption.
definitely an interruption. Yeah, there's that base. There's our little cookie monster.
Yeah, they're fun.
Okay, so I don't think I can get. I have to get there from across this chasm.
Okay.
Okay, so
Can you...
I don't think that's gonna. I gotta come from below.
Okay.
So it goes. But that's the way we're gonna need to be. So
These textures look really similar to, like, Kid Icarus and...
yeah, I'm sure that those are built on the same like platform.
Yeah, they just have like a big bag of assets they're handing out to everybody. Here you go. Here's some grass. I found that game pretty hard too. I'm a few years younger than you, so I think when I played a lot of these games, I didn't have the mental capacity to figure them out. Shoot. Oh, nice. You have to get up there. My dad brought home this one game. It was called Wrecking Crew, and it sort of used a Mario lookalike character, and you just went around and solved puzzles and.
Wasn't
Use tools.
Wreck-It Ralph? Like that character?
No, I think Wreck-It Ralph was like from 2014, isn't it?
That's a movie.
Yeah,
But wasn't he an
Was he
actual
older?
game character?
maybe that might have been him. Like I said, I was a dumb young kid. I remember it was very strange. He just showed up in the basement. I was probably playing video games already, and he's like, "Hey, Matthew, I got this Nintendo," and I already had a Nintendo. He's like, "And I got this game." So at the time, I was really confused. Like, well, are you gonna take this one away? Because I had a brother, so everything was fair. Everything was like given and then taken, and we were always like balancing things out. But he just showed up one day with this, and now as an adult, I realize he just got a deal on it. Or actually, my dad, he owned a drywall company, and he had these workers, and he had this one worker who was always kind of like getting into money problems. So my dad would buy stuff off him to give him money.
Right.
So he'd always come home with like weird chairs, or like one time he came home with a cockatiel, and then we just had a bird. And then we became bird people. We started buying all these birds. We would name the birds after the worker.
I've never even heard of a debt-solving bird scenario. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so this is clearly we're at as a place of importance. So I'm definitely gonna farm here for a minute
Yeah.
because we are outside Kraid's lair.
Did you hear how Canadian Chris sounded there? Outside.
Did I really say outside?
Yeah.
outside. Let's go outside. You out? Is that how Americans say it? We say out.
Yeah, they say out.
We say out.
But we don't necessarily. We have some Americans listening to this show. We have sometimes people from Pakistan, Estonia, Australia.
Why do they say out? Please call in. We don't have a number. It should not appear at the bottom of the screen right now.
You could leave an audio recording in the YouTube section.
That's dope. You could do that.
Comments. I don't know. You could link it to your SoundCloud.
Can you imagine if there were actually
SoundCloud.
if everyone had to every troll had to record themselves?
I just wrote an article on this, and I was saying, like, for trolls and comment sections, sometimes I don't think you should be able to comment unless you put the same amount of work into it, because you could, like, somebody could spend 10 or more hours working on something, and then some guy, while he's taking a crap, whips out his phone. He's like, "You're a fan." It's like, man, we didn't need that.
No one ever needed that. I mean, the troll section, I'm pretty sure, is like a
The
bot.
troll section.
A bot.
The troll section.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it's. I mean, I've been there too. It's just you're like in a dark place and you just want to like make fun of things. It makes you feel better. That's why tabloids exist.
Right.
Tabloids are the trolls.
This is fair.
Yeah. Like, how many times do I have to see a picture of Kirstie Alley not looking great? Like, who cares? She's a person. Why don't we? You know what celebrities should do? Oh my God!
What should they do, man?
Celebrities should have their own magazine where they take photos of tabloid people, like, because they're like, come on, whoever is behind a camera taking tabloid photos is probably an ugly troll being.
Oh yeah.
And just make a picture of them and be like, look how ugly they are. Oh, look how they dress.
Why don't we just create a magazine where we take
you know how much
pictures
celebrities would pay us to do that?
Of tabloids.
We would make millions because they got money kicking around.
You're not allowed to broadcast this now anymore. Episode's over.
Don't yell into the mic.
That is I don't have a loud voice.
You do when you yell.
But I think that's an idea that's worth some serious gold, man.
Yeah, they could just hire other tabloid people to do it. Because it's
I would do it. I would get in a car and take a
ridiculous.
photo.
What is the point? Who cares that what Reese Witherspoon had for lunch that day? Get a life.
Oh man.
And like these people just
never saw the time she ate ravioli. Clearly, because
really?
like
what a pig.
It was something, man. That was special.
I feel like when you, because if you step,
She sucked out the middle part with a straw.
Now that I want to see a picture of.
Right?
But like if you step back a few feet from these photos and you just see the army of people like surrounding their car, and oh my God, I can't even handle being around like people generally, or even having people hear my conversation. You know,
I
like
like humans.
Like if I was in a restaurant, I wouldn't want to sit right next to somebody where I'm listening to every word they're saying and
hell no.
hear mine.
It's like
so I couldn't
awkward.
imagine being famous.
Those communal tables, like what the fuck were people thinking?
Oh God! Every once in a while, like first world people, they come up with this idea and they try to make their experience crappier. And they're like, let's sit at an orphanage table. It'd be great.
Why don't we all just eat out of a trough?
Yes, just like get real, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you still
I'm so connected. Hold on, let me just talk to my broker.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have enough, but I only will feel comfortable until my energy is completely maxed out. I am going in with no missiles. Let's just talk about this. 25 missiles.
Yeah.
It would take me 75 missiles exactly.
Yeah.
To kill Kraid. Okay, so people right now would probably think that I'm crazy going into this scenario.
You can carry more than 25?
You can carry many. I think you can carry like 130 in the end or something like that. You get a lot of missile packs in this game. For sure. But anyway, clearly it seems like I'm not going to get any more power-ups, so...
Bring that guy with you. Oh, you gotta
the music's going to change, and it gets creepy whenever we get a boss.
Alright. I've never seen this guy before.
I used to spend so many times fighting this boss until I realized you can kick his ass with bombs. Yeah, fuck off. And normally, like, you would get knocked into that, like, into the the worst thing that can happen to you is for you to fall into that yellowish lava.
Right.
But That's only when you're like sitting there.
Oh wow!
Sitting there trying to
Well
be.
done. Well done.
Sitting there
Chris.
trying to be like, you're fighting him. You're doing things like, oh man, I really need this energy tank, and you try to get that midway through your fight,
Okay.
but it's like it doesn't work, and you're dying.
Is it possible to get that energy tank?
Yes. It definitely is. You just need to.
You gotta believe. Oh wow. Oh, so the bomb approach. Do you take less damage when you're in roll?
No, it's just that
It's
like
just so you don't fall.
you sit there. Okay, so what the thing to know about Kraid is, and I could have maybe probably taken a second to show you how annoying he is.
Yeah.
Is he has these 3 darts that like go across his chest. And
Yeah,
I know no one
yeah,
can
so
see what
it's-
I'm doing, and he shoots them out. And when you try to hit them, if they come out, your missile will hit them, and nothing happens. You can freeze them as they come out of him, but then they block your shots. So you sit there trying
Oh.
to time when you're freezing his shots and trying to shoot him with the missile.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, sucks. Like, it's so hard to be Kraid. I used to treat him as the second boss in this game, and I would go defeat Ridley first, who is actually harder because you have to beat him with missiles, right?
Okay.
You can't beat him with the bomb. As soon as I realized and figured out you could defeat Kraid with the bomb, and it was just like a random attempt I made one day, it's like just changed my world. Nothing, like it's nothing will ever be the same after
Look at that
that.
guy. He's cross-eyed. I don't even know where he's jumping.
Yeah, but he's vicious though. So now we're a third of the way through the game in the sense that we've defeated
Those
one
guys
of 3
take off
bosses.
10 health.
I know. Oh yeah, there's vicious. This is a part of the game that's also super tedious.
Why is that?
Getting back up. Do you remember when I was coming down
Yeah.
this corridor, how big a drop it was?
Right.
Right. So now we have to get back up there.
Okay.
So this is one of those things that Metroid did that I think is almost like super annoying.
Okay.
Is this part, because you'll see
Oh, I see.
as
'Cause you
these
gotta
things
climb up like
regenerate,
this.
if you're like stuck in them as they regenerate, it hurts you
Oh, right.
and it throws you. So you have to be seriously like
Yeah, why is that fun?
on it.
That's not fun.
No, I know. This is my least favorite part of all of Metroid.
But I'd say that this has been the first thing where so far we've been like,
See
oh,
what I mean?
this
See what I mean?
is old game design. That's not really that fun. The rest of it's been pretty difficult but fair.
I think maybe I just need to be like a little bit more patient and like
Sure.
maybe just shoot a couple of these things out at a time.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, just take your time. What I'm gonna do is, as I go through this video, I'll add like different skip it links. So if I feel like there's a part that's tedious, I'll let people just kind of blast through
This
it.
is definitely one of those parts.
Yeah. So,
ladies and
so
gentlemen.
just Chris, don't feel the pressure. Take
Yeah.
your time. You just beat a big boss.
with
And-
bombs.
Yeah. That's how you do it, folks.
And like it's sort of dissatisfying in a way because I don't.
This is your reward for beating the
I always
boss.
I always like it if you could like play a game where you don't sustain damage when you're beating a boss.
Right.
I always think that was the reward of Mario. Like what made Mario cool is like you pretty much had 2 hits and you were dead.
Yeah.
At most. So with that said, it's like you had to be the way the boss operated or whatever was always based on this notion that you would have like a dodging kind of fight with them. I hate it like when we were just fighting Kraid. While it was easier with the bomb, it bugs me
Yeah.
that I was not sitting there trying to avoid him. I was literally just going in there like, blah, 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 I'm just gonna blow up.
Yeah, you tanked it. All those energy tanks and
Just suicide bombed it, pretty much. So this is like the first exit, which isn't even the right exit. Okay, good. As long as I fall on that thing, I'm pretty happy. Yeah. But, So once we get past this part,
what's next after this part?
Jesus Christ.
And we made it back to the top. Yeah.
It's all good. So we're back. We're on our way to Norfair. We defeated Kraid. You know, it was like
How do you know their names?
I knew it from owning the manual.
Oh, I loved manuals. They don't even make manuals anymore. Ugh, I sound like such an old man.
Really, they don't. Like, I mean,
No, they don't. You buy a game. Go here's my $80 to $90 Canadian bucks, and then you know you get an advertisement, a little thin piece of glossy paper that's like, buy this game now, you
right?
son of a
Well,
bitch.
they're waiting for you to like love the game, and then they're gonna release a whole system that looks like the game, and like make you buy that too because for some reason you need a second PlayStation, you know, for like your bathroom or something.
Yeah,
You know, something
these
mental.
bundles.
It's crazy.
PlayStation has a pretty nice bundle coming out. Only in the UK right now, but it might go worldwide. And even though the games they're releasing are all remasters and old ones, you get technically five games. You get all three Uncharted's, The Last of Us, and God of War 3 Remastered. So none of those are technically PS4 games, but if you are jumping into PS4 and you love playing those games for PS3 and you're mad you don't have any backwards compatibility, well, here's 4 of the best ones. Uncharted
Right.
1 is not a very good game.
Huh.
It was an idea, but they didn't really refine what they were doing. Does that guy not get frozen?
No, I shot him so fast.
Oh,
I
there he is.
I just,
He looks so sad.
I just dug into him.
This makes me want to play Mario 3 World 7. We should do all of the playthroughs.
Hey man,
Are you gonna get it, Mario 3?
I can get my way. I'd be on autopilot playing Mario 3.
And I like that one's 2-player too, so that's a lot more fun.
Yeah, it's got more music change ups.
Yeah.
You know,
And what I love about it is that if you can't beat a level and your partner beats a level, like you're working together. That was a fantastic idea. Like parents everywhere must have been like, "Thank you, Nintendo, for making a great 2-player game."
Oh man,
What?
my dad always just hated us having Nintendo. So,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
You should be playing with an abacus,
yeah, right.
counting
Even
things
to
up.
this day, I was like, hey,
Hey, chemistry set.
I was like, hey, can we? I was like, I'm gonna partition my
Hang on,
drive.
that guy's having a stroke.
Yeah, right.
Should we call somebody?
I said to my dad, I'm gonna partition my drive because I want to be able to play some Windows games on my Mac, and he's just like freaked out. Even though I'm in my 30s, about me wasting any amount of time. Okay, like I'm playing video games. It's like I own my own business. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
It still bugs him. I was like, your favorite show's Big Bang Theory. Your favorite characters, all they do is play these games.
Well, hang on a second. What people also need to remember is that, does he watch TV?
Yeah.
What a waste of time that is!
I know, it's insane.
Oh, how could... And arguably, video games are better for you than TV because, number one,
Being stimulated?
yes, being stimulated, your puzzle solving, it's an active thing. TV just shuts your brain off. It's so stupid.
Right.
Hey, there's some TV shows I like too.
Frasier.
But just, yeah, of course. But just like, just that attitude of, oh, video games are a waste of time. And then you have, like...
It's just weird to me because this is a guy who was a computer nerd and he knows how to he learned programming, he learned Linux for fun, and yet for some reason has a problem with video games.
Well, he just didn't have the right one.
It's just
You need the
but
right
he
game.
did, and then eventually he did buy himself a Wii,
Right.
and he played Wii Tennis, and you couldn't beat him by Wii Tennis. And it was so random of all the things that
No, man, that's what happened with the Wii. Everybody, that was the casual machine in Wii Sports. It was a Wii Sports machine.
Yeah.
That's what it did. My stepmom, too, didn't play a lot of video games. She actually crossed over, though, from Wii Sports and played Twilight Princess all the way through. And never having played a video game before that,
Yeah,
it took her hundreds of hours to beat Twilight Princess.
but she loved it.
She did. She really loved it, actually.
It was a cool game. Unfortunately, the copy that I was given as a present had a scratch on it, so I never got to play past the first
Probably
level.
stolen.
It made me so upset.
Oh, something else I was going to say earlier about your dad and video games being a waste. Neurosurgeons and normal surgeons who play video games make fewer mistakes. So,
Right.
So you better ask if you're drop some video game references, and if your surgeon doesn't know what you're talking about, be like, I gotta go.
You gotta go.
This isn't gonna work. Can I see your resume, please? Your
Are
trophy
you playing
list.
Fallout?
That's the
right
resume I want
now?
to see.
Are you? No?
What difficulty is it
You
on?
watch The Bachelor? Alright, see ya. You know,
Exactly.
Or maybe there's something if they're watching Big Brother and they somehow think that that's problem solving. I don't know.
I was I was selling a game to somebody like privately, and he was just a nice dude. So we had never met, but we were like texting the price back and forth and where we were going to meet. And then we just kind of got to talking, and he was telling me how his girlfriend's like, she doesn't like me playing video games. And we were talking about this very same thing, but he's like, she will regularly marathon all of the Friends seasons.
Right.
And I don't mean this like against girls or anything, just about any significant other that doesn't support another one's hobby and hypocritically criticizes it.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's anybody who criticizes anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'm not going to sit there and tell you that you shouldn't be watching TV.
Sure.
It's a type of personality that just has a problem with other people doing stuff. It's like, I don't like it because I don't like it.
Sure, like, how about, like, we're a certain age where we're probably not going to listen to, like, PewDiePie.
Right.
Do you know who PewDiePie is?
The porn star? No.
No, he's the richest YouTuber. He's the most profitable YouTuber. He makes $7 million a year. And he does stuff like this. He plays video games and he talks, but he does more of a... He kind of talks in like a South Park voice a lot of the time and kind of yells a lot. And whatever, but it's like, yeah, I don't understand it. It's not for me, but if people want to watch it, great. And good for him to make that much money.
Hey, yeah, man. Oh,
awesome.
Why am I not making
He had a very honest video where... Because that hit all the major news sources.
Right.
So he put out a response video to it. And he started reading fan mail and people, not fan mail, reading like criticisms about him making it. And one of them said, they're like, oh, how come an idiot like you who yells makes $7 million a year and people who fight for their country make less? And he had like a great point. He said, he's like, we should take that money and put it into wars and violence. Yeah, that works out, doesn't it? And it's just, I love his transparency and whatever. I mean, it's like providing a service. When I was 14 and 15, I thought really loud, crazy stuff was funny, and he just changes you, as you get older.
Oh, it's yeah. I mean, if you had had those tools, like all of the things like that, the ways of being creative now have been democratized, which is amazing. Like, there's so much content, and yes, a lot of it is shit. But the point is that it's like everyone's getting a chance to participate now.
Yeah,
that's amazing. It's like, how can anybody condemn that?
This is the greatest, one of the greatest video game generations. Because there's a button right on your PlayStation 4 controller that's the share button. You want to take a screenshot, you want to start streaming live, you want to record videos, whatever you want. I mean, anybody can get involved with it. And
Right.
It's incredible.
It's amazing. So we're gonna do some more farming right now. I wanna grab some missiles.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you noticed our collection has grown?
Whoa, 100! I didn't notice that.
I've just been wheeling around. Well, you get a significant amount of missiles when you defeat a boss.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that I got like an increase of 50.
That's like in like Bloodborne and Dark Souls, Demon Souls. People are just trying to farm the resource there, and they have to make that choice because if you die, you lose all of those.
Yeah.
So people want to take them back to the hub, spend them, and then go back out. But once you beat a boss, you get such a crazy amount more. It's like, whatever, just beat the boss and don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Oh, also on this channel, you can check out, I'm playing Bloodborne from the introduction to meeting the Cleric Beast, the game's first boss.
You kind of want to like be around for when you play that game. I enjoyed
I already
watching
did it. It's on the channel, my friend.
I enjoyed watching that. That game is pretty magical.
Yeah, we played that on Halloween. It's a very just because it's like a spooky looking game.
Something else.
Once you get into that game, because those games are very demanding, but they're extremely rewarding. I was checking out the Golden Joystick Awards, and one of the categories was Gaming Moment of the Year.
Right.
And for me, it's after you beat a boss in Bloodborne, and this big thing goes across the screen that says "Prey Slaughtered."
Right.
And blood rains down everywhere, and you get all these, all the currency, the upgrading currency. It's called Blood Echoes. That's my gaming moment of the year. I've never felt better than when I beat one of those guys.
Right. Well, it's a proper reward.
I'd be like, like a boss in Metroid. There's Fetus Samus.
Yeah, he does that. We're at 125. So we're really like making...
Can you do this game and get her to strip?
The what?
Like at the end of the game when you see her.
Oh, no, I think you need to do that within a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
I might have done that like once. Like at the height of me being like, I only own like X amount of video games, so I'm gonna max the fuck out of this. Well, yeah, I mean, the time I played this the most actually was weird later. It was like PS1 had already come out, but I was like, I think I was mentioning this last episode, or maybe we said it in passing after. that I largely like would go to video stores and just buy up all their old games.
Right.
And when I got Metroid, finally my own copy, because I only ever really got to see it at friends' houses as a kid, because we just had like Mario, Legendary Wings, and that other one, Iron Sword I was talking about.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Fabio game.
Right. Was the Ice Beam again? So I got the Ice Beam again. So that's the funny thing about this game, is it's in 2 spots. They had the Ice Beam, and they do that because deep in this level we'll get ourselves the Wave Beam, which is definitely a cool weapon, but it doesn't have the same, like, the cool thing about the Ice Beam, it's like unbeatable. It makes...
I think once you've used the Ice Beam for any length of time, you get a little spoiled by it.
Well, it's like, you know, it becomes, it turns everything into a stepping stool.
True.
Right?
True.
And that's what becomes useful about it. It's not even that, like, you get to freeze people and be like, haha, you know, you're done.
But because you're constantly being overwhelmed by such a huge amount of enemies.
Right.
It's nice to be able to take them out of the game instantly.
What I always liked in this game is what's about to happen now, and the same thing happened when we played when we were in Kraid's level. Is there's always an indication that you're close to the last boss, to the next boss, if like you do a significant drop.
Oh, okay.
Before getting to like where they are. So like,
wouldn't you love to talk to the guys that made this game and just ask every single thing about it? Oh wow, I've never been to this one with the cue balls instead of the bubbles.
Right. Whoa. Ow. I'm really hurting here.
This guy's keeping you down. He was their last hope. Now that he's gone, clear sailing.
Oh.
Look at this gooey, disgusting stuff. So like pussy. This whole thing looks alive.
I feel like they were like largely influenced by like the James Cameron Alien or something.
Oh yeah, sure. Look, even your headpiece. You look like very Geigerish.
Yeah.
Have you see that documentary on Aronofsky's Dune?
No, I'd like to though.
It's pretty incredible. The team this guy put together to make Dune basically went on to make a whole lot of the movie didn't end up happening, but he had a dream team with Geiger on doing the art, and they storyboarded it all and did this like beautiful art pieces showing the whole movie. So you basically watch the movie kind of through the documentary of talking. Oh, this is way different.
Yeah, we're in Ridley's hideout now. I think I'm gonna forego the wave beam.
Okay.
I feel like it's
This sounds like Mario Castle.
Right. No, I always like to forego the wave beam because I feel like it's an unnecessary weapon in this game. Okay. It's more powerful, mind you, than the this is a nice little secret.
This game's crazy. This game is so... Does any game have more secrets than this? I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, look at these guys. They look tough. They look like they're
Mario
made out of metal.
World for the N64. It's just like secret after
Mario World or Mario 64?
Mario 64. Sorry, yes, Mario 64.
Well, everything in that game is like all puzzles. I didn't realize how like going back to it, I didn't realize how puzzly it was.
Yeah, it's a huge departure.
It really is
from anything Mario. Like,
well, I think that they realized
people think Mario 2 is. I mean, even though like you say, it's like a.
But it's still the same core mechanics of reacting and
exactly.
Like platforming. Well, I think they're wise to do that because they didn't quite have the 3D technology nailed down so that you could be as precise as you could with 2D.
Right.
So they're like, well, let's just let's make it more about the environment because that's the new thing. The new thing is that you can see in 3D and you can look around, and they basically made it. You see that up there, try to find your way up there.
Right.
And they made that really fun.
Everything in Ridley's hideout is vicious. If I get hit by one of these guys, first of all, they move way quicker than the other ones. If I get hit by these things, it's like devastating. Yet, you know, you get good power-ups from them. So
when I was playing this on an emulator, I had the shoulder button be auto fire, so it was like I was playing like a modern first-person shooter. But I found it a little easier. Oh, what?
Yeah,
how about Mega Man? You gonna get a Mega Man?
I'm
not.
I'm not good at it. I find it a very difficult game.
There's Mega Man 2 or 3. I think I can get to. I can beat most of the bosses, but then when I get to Dr. Willie's hideout, I find that like pretty challenging.
Mega Man 2 is the only one that I even put any much like effort into.
I like that one. I don't like the extra stuff that they added because then it's another layer you need to learn. So I like it when it's a bit more simple. Incredible music though. I probably listen to Mega Man music more than I play the game.
Yeah, no, definitely that was good music. I don't think what
probably the best soundtracks on NES.
I really like the music for Kid Icarus's like for when you're in the dungeons or whatever they want to call them in that game.
Okay.
That music is amazing. It's got this like total amazing like Greek funeral feel to it. Sorry to get so rattly there. There's something about it that's just so good.
Zelda.
No, this is Kid Icarus. Oh, you're saying?
I was just gonna say, what is that game called? Adventures of Link.
Adventures of Link is number 2. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. I really like the temple. The temple theme is really nice.
Yeah, that one's got some like great music. There's good like percussion in that.
Very Smooth McGroove, the Akbel guy. He does a really great one of the temple theme.
Sometimes you just get lazy and you use missiles. You know you're gonna get them back.
Can you just jump through these guys? Flip them?
Yeah, you can, but if
Scythe attack?
If you fuck it up, it's like...
Oh, you get damaged quite a bit?
It just kind of like ends up screwing you over and you get... At least I do. Get frustrated. This part has a nice little secret. I can like burrow underground somewhere around here so that I can avoid everybody.
Oh, nice.
Which is nice.
This is way too similar to Mario's castle theme.
The song?
Yeah. There's a lot of riffs that are like pretty.
Yeah, I think they pretty much came out. I guess Mario came out before.
Oh yeah. Mario was in the arcades first.
Really?
Yeah. It looked a little different, but it was Mario. It was an arcade game. I
did
played it at some restaurant arcade in the States. You know, years after it had been on Nintendo.
Okay, this part always frustrates me. So, in here, I'm gonna quick save it because if I fuck this up, it's devastating. I'm pretty sure it's the center column. That the 2 rows of these are just empty and it's a gap. But I can't remember if I fall from here if I jump or if I fall from the next one.
Can you just jump into the middle of each one?
No, because I have to, like, I think I can jump. I think I'm supposed to jump from here.
Okay.
But it might be the next one over. I'm sort of scared.
There's no visual clues or cues.
So I'm here. So this is good, actually. So no, I was right. So I can just make it across. Thank God. Because otherwise I would fall. And I would have to go through so much bullshit to get back to where we wanted to be.
It's probably the one right before it.
Yeah, well,
what a mean trick. Like, especially because there's no cue. It's just, hey, you want this energy tank? You like those, don't you?
Right. I think it's one of those ones that it's a good one. It teaches you to
never trust anything.
To be a little bit cautious and to know that like not every thing is going to be so clear and have a sign pointing at it to you in life. You know.
That's true.
You got to like make your own decisions. It's very Japanese.
Yeah. Take no prisoners.
You know.
They didn't like in World War II. If you surrendered to them, they thought you were a coward and they like viciously tortured you.
Right. Yeah,
they were pretty awful. They hung people by their tongues.
Wow.
Like, they were brutal to people in like Southeast Asia. When they got into the war, they started taking over some territories there.
Yeah, man, that's
But they make good video games. That's why they're like, oh, you want to surrender?
That's some vicious stuff.
If you quit a game before beating it, they should just melt the cartridge. They're like, sorry, you're too weak.
So I could go this way. I think this is the way to go. I'm gonna go this way. I know that there's one more set of missiles. I don't want to get hurt too much right now anymore because I'm at full health. And to recuperate that sucks. So
just freeze everybody.
I know, but you can easily get like fucked up in this game if you have too much bravado.
Yeah.
This is where I would have fallen from. Okay. Where I would have fallen to if I messed that up. So
but isn't that a shortcut there?
No. Well, it's a shortcut if you don't want the energy tank.
Oh, the energy tank is good.
Well, yeah, it fills up all your health. See, in a moment like this is where one wants to be.
Okay.
Doing well.
Nice.
I feel like these guys are missing my freeze ray.
Oh yeah, short scythe jump.
Short jumps are great.
What other games can we do on here? We can have, we got access to most, well, we've got a healthy library of NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis, PlayStation.
Right.
We can we can sort of look through any games that are on the because the 90s Kid has a huge collection of games for sale, like retro games.
Damn it.
So,
But that wasn't a fuck up.
so we can look through that and see what games are on there and sort of show them off to everybody. I'm doing a video on some of the earlier Street Fighter games too. So that'll be coming out probably maybe the same week that
Street
this one comes
Fighter,
out.
Like original Street Fighter. I've never played Street Fighter 1.
No, not never original Street Fighter. Street Fighter 2 Turbo, the SNES version.
Oh man, that's...
Super Street Fighter 2
Street
Turbo.
Fighter Turbo is the only one for the NES.
And
my opinion.
and Street Fighter Alpha 3 I'm gonna do. Street Fighter 5's coming out early next year as well.
I feel like how can they really advance on that though? Like, will it be a good game? Like,
It'll be good. Street Fighter 4 was good. It was good. They
right, dude.
It's a lot of it's just kind of tweaking.
We're at Ridley.
Here it is. Okay.
And this is again another moment where having fuck's sakes, having fallen there was not good. These you can freeze, and that's why it's good to have the ice beam against this, because now I can just go and whoop his ass with some missiles.
He's not really doing too much, is he?
Not while you have his like things frozen. That's why I didn't want to get the wave beam, because I can just freeze these things.
Oh my god.
But if you sit here and try to beat him with just the ice beam and not have missiles,
Yeah.
oh my god, you'll be here for 10 days. Nope.
And the fire blocks your shots too, eh?
Oh yeah,
Unless
yeah.
they're ice. Huh. Nice.
Yep.
Well, that's going to do it for episode 2 of the Metroid playthrough. Episode 3 will be up next week, where I promise we'll beat this game. Thanks for listening to the 90s Kid YouTube channel. And until we meet again, have fun out there. Razor Craig.